Gamers, we've seen this story before. There's a hyped up AAA game that has a Hollywood lead who thinks they're untouchable and they have an attitude that basically could tank the whole thing. Well, Naughty Dog's Intergalactic The Heretic Prophet was revealed during the winter, not too long ago, I think during the Game Awards, and instead of winning over fans, they've been getting backlash left and right, especially because the lead actress, who's Tati Gabrielle, is doubling down on mocking the very people who make games successful. You, me, gamers. Yeah, we're the ones that take out our wallets and buy these things, but they hate us. They hate us. And in her words, no matter how much you don't like this game, no matter how much you criticize her, you're going to buy it anyway, whether you like it or not. And the arrogance from Tati Gabrielle does not stop there, guys. I saw this post that we're looking at here for an article from the Park Place saying Intergalactic The Heretic Prophet actress mocks gamers in new interview, claims they're going to play that game anyway and love it. And she is getting torched in the comments, guys. You can see I wrote a reply saying I can't imagine why so many people are crapping on her in this game, and I cannot imagine why, right? Since that reveal trailer dropped at the Game Awards, the community has basically been split in regards to this, and it's not a good thing. It's absolutely not in a good way, guys. The trailer, if you guys don't remember, got slammed. It got downvoted into oblivion, and instead of listening, Gabrielle decided to mock critics, and to this day, she's doubling down on it. We're talking about someone who's already made snide remarks towards gamers in the past. This isn't their first rodeo, guys. They've posted things like that fragile masculinity meme, which I'll pop up right here. Yeah, that basically, after the backlash and negativity and the downvotes that the trailer got, they posted that, thinking that would be a good idea, and talking about incel tears, and now she's flat out predicting that even the harshest critics of the game will be buying it. And I think this is going to backfire. Now, this just isn't confidence, guys. This is contempt for gamers, okay? Contempt. Okay, it's coming from somebody who parachuted into a role in one of the most biggest gaming studios out there. Their next big release, she's basically parachuted into it. A major role in one of gaming's biggest studios without putting in years that built that reputation. Right? There's other voice actors out there that are light years better for gaming and better for the fans and consumers, but this one, she just basically softly parachutes into this role. Naughty Dog didn't hire a gamer that's turned into a voice actor, somebody that has a love for the game, somebody that gets the culture. They hired a Hollywood actress that has a chip on her shoulder. She hates men. She's an ideologist. She's an activist. She's one who's clearly more interested in clapping back at the audience instead of engaging with it. And it never turns out well when that happens. Never turns out well when that happens. History shows that this never ends well at all. Like I said, it never turns out the way they want. Remember Battlefield 5? How EA told unhappy players, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Guess what happened, guys? They didn't buy it. In fact, the sales met lower than the expectations. The sales tanked. The franchise stumbled. And now they're crawling back to their roots with Battlefield 6. Now everybody likes Battlefield 6 now, and they're all buying it. They're all purchasing it. And this is the same thing here, all right? Disrespecting your audience is not a marketing strategy, no matter how much the media spins it. Whoever advises them to post dumb things on social media, whoever advises them to attack gamers, fire them. And this doesn't just happen with voice actors. This happens with game devs. This happens with artists. This happens with video game journalists. It's that whole weird activist side of people where they can't take criticism without attacking, without taking things personal. And every time they do an interview for an outlet, they just dig the hole deeper for them. And sure, this game might sell. This game might do good. It is Naughty Dog. They do have loyalists. They do have people who bought Last of Us 4 different times because they keep remastering that damn thing. It probably won't flop, but the sales will not be as big as they'd hope. This will not be the success that they hope. And you can quote me on that. You could post your little tweets and your little memes months later. Hey, grifters, what do you think about that? No, either way, this is not a good look. If you're championing attacking your consumers, if you're praising this type of attitude, that is basically bad faith. That's insufferable nonsense. And you guys like to pretend this whole imaginary world, like, I have no idea why they're attacking me. Tati, if you don't have any idea why anybody would be attacking you or saying bad things about your game, this is why. In the future, if you're wondering why the response was negative, go back to this. Go back to this quote. Because that's exactly what it's going to come down to. And they're getting chewed up. Of course, again, like I said in the comments, you can see, why is she voicing a dude? Shout out to Plain Rock, by the way. Is she sure? Woke chick in Mortal Kombat. No, the fuck we aren't. Nice little AI. Neil Drunkman's may regret not reining in the staff. This guy spelled Neil Druckmann's name wrong. She plays villains in movies and acts like one in real life. This woman ain't kosher. Let me tell you that. She's effed up in the head. The haters are going to play it anyway. And then this person, shout outs to NEH Winston, says, tell that to Concord, to Suicide Squad, to Marvel's Avengers, to Star Wars Outlaws, to Dragon Age Veilguard, to Saints Row, to Lawbreakers, to Gotham Knights, to Forspoken, to Redfall, to any developer who feels entitled to success. And that's right. That's this weird sense of entitlement that we see from a lot of these activists that cosplay as gamers, as people in the industry. Yep. Like I said, disrespecting your audience is not a marketing strategy at all, no matter how much you spin it. And let's be real, like I mentioned earlier, Naughty Dog does have its loyalists. They have the Sony super fans, the people who bought Last of Us several times, like I said. They'll show up for Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, but the average gamer, the casual, they're not going to forget being mocked. They're going to see these articles, they're going to see all this, and they're not going to shrug off being called names just because a Hollywood star is on the cover art. Most of the time when a Hollywood star is involved with the game anyway, it flops. It absolutely flops. It turns bad because they don't know how to behave. They don't know how to behave. They always shove their foot in their mouth. And I don't know what it is. Maybe they sniff their own farts and they get high off of it, but I'm going to prove her wrong, okay? Are you going to prove her right and go ahead and just buy this game? I saw it. I'm not interested at all. I'm not even remotely curious. There was leaks that came out about it. Are you going to prove her right by buying this game, or are you going to send a message that mocking your audience doesn't sell games? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. And don't just tell me if you buy it. Like, literally tell me why you're looking to buy it. Explain. Because judging by the comments in the YouTube section or the downvotes, the dislikes, I don't know many people that are excited about this unless they're just being contrarian to be contrarian. But let's make sure developers, voice actors, industry people, they hear exactly where we stand when we get mocked. I know it ain't going to do much, but we have our right to say what we want, guys. And if you're tired of arrogance in gaming, if you're tired of Hollywood attitudes bleeding into our space and acting entitled for our money, if you want more unfiltered takes like this, guys, hit that like button. Subscribe. We're on the road to 95,000 subscribers, and stay tuned because we're not letting this slide. And when this game starts coming out, when we start seeing more marketing, things are going to get pretty wild. I think this is going to be like the next Assassin's Creed Shadows level type of game, the next Concord level type of game, where we're going to zone in on this. We're going to digest everything that is wrong with the strategy that they're putting behind this game, because this is just the beginning. Like the Carpenter said, guys, we've only just begun, and Tati Gabrielle is going to learn that saying you're going to buy it anyway and fragile masculinity and all that in the long run is going to hurt the sales of this game. And they're going to blame gamers, of course. They always blame, oh, it's the gamers, it's the chuds, when honestly they need to take a look in the mirror and realize that it's them as to why the game didn't sell. So when this doesn't sell as good as they hoped, and they pass the blame to people like you, me, and grifters and stuff like that, let's remember what she said. and let's point and laugh, right? So anyways, guys, I'll leave it right there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.